Most people think organization is about planners, apps, and routines. But real organization starts inside the mind. When your thoughts are scattered, your actions become chaotic. When your thoughts are aligned, your life becomes structured without effort. Imagine your mind like a room. If everything is thrown randomly, you feel stressed and overwhelmed. But when everything has a place, you feel calm and powerful. That's exactly how clarity works. When you know who you are, what you want, and why you wake up every morning, your life naturally organizes itself. You stop chasing everything and start building something. Clarity is not something you find once and keep forever. It is something you practice every day. You wake up and remind yourself of your goals. You remind yourself of your values. You remind yourself of the person you are becoming. This repetition trains your brain to filter distractions and focus on what matters. When clarity becomes your habit, confusion disappears, and chaos loses its power over you. Your time is the structure that holds your entire life together. Every minute is a building block. If you waste your minutes, you weaken your life's foundation. If you protect your minutes, you strengthen your future. Most people say they don't have time, but they have the same 24 hours as everyone else. The difference is not time. The difference is ownership. When you own your time, you own your life. Think about how many hours you lose every day scrolling, worrying, procrastinating, or doing things that don't matter. Those hours never come back. They disappear forever. But when you decide in advance how your day will look, your life starts to feel organized. You wake up with purpose. You move with intention. You sleep with satisfaction. Time discipline is life discipline. Your environment shapes your behavior more than your willpower ever will. If your environment is messy, your mind becomes messy. If your environment is supportive, your habits become powerful. Most people try to change their life without changing their environment, and then they wonder why they fail. Your phone, your room, your friends, your social media, your workspace, all of it is silently organizing or disorganizing your life. If you surround yourself with distractions, you will become distracted. If you surround yourself with growth, you will grow. Organization is not just internal. It is external. Clean your space. Remove what distracts you. Add what inspires you. Your environment should pull you toward the person you want to become. Your habits are the invisible architecture of your life. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your habits. Every habit is a small structure that builds your future day by day. Bad habits create chaos. Good habits create order. And powerful habits create an extraordinary life. You don't need hundreds of habits. You need a few powerful ones repeated daily. Wake up at a consistent time. Move your body. Learn something new. Reflect on your day. These simple habits organize your mind, your body, and your future. Over time, habits become automatic, and your life becomes organized without effort. Your priorities are the compass that directs your life. Without priorities, you chase everything and achieve nothing. With priorities, you ignore most things and achieve what matters. Most people say everything is important. But when everything is important, nothing is important. Organization requires ruthless prioritization. Ask yourself what truly matters. Health. Family. Growth. Purpose. Contribution. Then build your life around those priorities. Say no to what doesn't align. Every no creates space for a powerful yes. Your priorities are not what you say. They are what you schedule, protect, and repeat. Your goals give your life structure in the long term. Without goals, life feels random. With goals, life feels directed. Goals turn dreams into plans and plans into actions. They organize your future into steps you can follow. But goals must be clear, measurable, and emotionally meaningful. A vague goal creates vague effort. A powerful goal creates organized action. Break your goals into daily actions. Daily actions become habits. Habits become identity. Identity becomes destiny. This is how goals organize your entire life from today to decades ahead. Your mind needs regular review to stay organized. Just like you clean your room, you must clean your thoughts. Reflection is mental organization. When you reflect, you analyze what worked, what didn't, and what must change. Without reflection, you repeat the same mistakes and wonder why your life feels stuck. Take time daily or weekly to think. Write. Evaluate. Adjust. Reflection turns experience into wisdom and wisdom into structure. A reflective mind is an organized mind. Your relationships are part of your life's structure. The people you spend time with influence your thinking, your habits, and your standards. If your circle is chaotic, your life becomes chaotic. If your circle is disciplined, your life becomes disciplined. Choose people who inspire growth, responsibility, and purpose. Distance yourself from constant negativity and drama. Relationships either organize your life or disorganize it. Your finances are another major structure. Money chaos creates life chaos. When you don't know where your money goes, stress controls your decisions. When you organize your finances, you create freedom and peace. Budgeting, saving, investing, these are not just money habits. They are life organization systems. Finally, your purpose is the ultimate organizing force. When you know why you exist, everything else aligns. Your time, habits, relationships, and goals fall into place. Purpose gives meaning to organization. Without purpose, organization feels empty. With purpose, organization feels powerful. Your life does not become organized by accident. It becomes organized by design. Every principle you apply adds structure. Every habit you build adds stability. Every decision aligned with your purpose adds direction. Over time, chaos fades, clarity grows, and your life transforms into a system that supports your highest potential. Most people underestimate the power of consistency. They think organization comes from motivation, inspiration, or discipline alone. But motivation fades. Inspiration comes and goes. Discipline is hard to maintain without structure. Consistency is what organizes your life silently, day by day. When you do small things consistently, your brain begins to expect order. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop overthinking. You just execute. Over time, consistency turns chaos into routine, routine into system, and system into identity. Your identity is one of the strongest organizing forces in your life. You act in alignment with who you believe you are. If you see yourself as disorganized, you will tolerate mess, procrastination, and confusion. If you see yourself as organized, disciplined, and purposeful, your actions naturally align with that identity. So the real shift is internal. You don't try to be organized. You decide that you are an organized person. Your behavior follows your identity. Another powerful principle is simplification. Complexity creates stress. Simplicity creates clarity. Most people complicate their lives with too many commitments, too many goals, too many distractions, and too many expectations. Organization is often about removing, not adding. Remove unnecessary apps. Remove toxic relationships. Remove commitments that don't align with your purpose. Remove clutter from your space and your mind. When you simplify, you create mental and physical space for what truly matters. Boundaries are another structure that organizes your life. Without boundaries, people and distractions invade your time and energy. With boundaries, you control what enters your life. Boundaries are not selfish. They are necessary. They protect your focus, your health, and your purpose. When you set boundaries, you teach others how to treat you, and you teach yourself what you value. Boundaries turn chaos into controlled access. Your energy is more important than your time. You can have all the time in the world, but without energy, you accomplish nothing. Organizing your life means organizing your energy. Sleep, nutrition, movement, and mental rest are not optional. They are foundational systems. When your energy is stable, your thinking becomes clear, your emotions become balanced, and your actions become intentional. A tired mind creates disorder. An energized mind creates order. Your emotions also need structure. Emotional chaos leads to impulsive decisions, broken relationships, and regret. Emotional intelligence is life organization on a deeper level. When you understand your emotions, manage your reactions, and communicate clearly, your life becomes more predictable and stable. You stop reacting to everything and start responding with intention. Emotional maturity organizes your inner world, and your inner world organizes your outer world. Your learning system is another organizing force. People who continuously learn stay adaptable, relevant, and confident. Learning organizes your future because it prepares you for change. When you read, listen, and reflect, you build a mental framework that helps you make better decisions. Knowledge reduces uncertainty. And reduced uncertainty creates mental order. Your spiritual or philosophical beliefs also structure your life. Whether it is religion, philosophy, or personal values, your belief system influences every decision. When your beliefs are clear, your choices become aligned. When your beliefs are confused, your life feels fragmented. Take time to reflect on what you believe about success, happiness, relationships, and purpose. Your beliefs are the invisible rules that organize your life. Ultimately, organization is not about perfection. It is about alignment. When your thoughts, actions, habits, goals, relationships, and purpose align, your life feels organized even if it is busy. When they are misaligned, your life feels chaotic even if it is quiet. Alignment is the hidden architecture of a powerful life. Imagine waking up every day knowing exactly what matters. Knowing where your time goes. Knowing who you are becoming. Knowing why you are doing what you are doing. That is what an organized life feels like. Calm. Focused. Powerful. Intentional. And the beautiful truth is, you don't need to fix everything at once. You just need to start with one principle and repeat it daily. Over time, small structured actions compound into a fully organized life. Most people wait for their life to become organized before they feel confident. But confidence is what organizes your life. When you trust yourself, you make decisions faster. When you believe in yourself, you stop hesitating. When you respect yourself, you stop tolerating chaos. Self-trust is a powerful organizing force. It simplifies your choices and reduces internal conflict. Instead of constantly doubting, you move forward with clarity and conviction. Your daily rituals are another invisible structure. A ritual is more than a habit. It is a habit with meaning. Morning rituals organize your mindset. Evening rituals organize your reflection and recovery. When you begin and end your day intentionally, your entire day feels structured. Even simple rituals like journaling, gratitude, meditation, or planning your day create a mental framework that keeps your life aligned. Your attention is your most valuable asset. Whatever you focus on grows. If you focus on problems, chaos grows. If you focus on solutions, order grows. Attention is the organizing lens of your reality. Most people let their attention be controlled by notifications, news, drama, and endless content. But when you consciously choose where your attention goes, you choose how your life is organized. Attention discipline is life discipline. Your standards are another powerful organizing principle. Standards determine what you accept and what you reject. Low standards create disorder. High standards create structure. When you raise your standards for health, relationships, work, and personal growth, your actions align automatically. You stop settling. You stop tolerating mediocrity. You stop living randomly. High standards organize your life by setting invisible rules that guide your behavior. Your decision-making framework is also crucial. Every day you make thousands of decisions. Without a framework, decision fatigue creates chaos. With a simple framework, decisions become easier. For example, you might decide that health comes before comfort, growth comes before entertainment, and integrity comes before convenience. These rules simplify decisions and create a consistent structure in your life. Your long-term vision acts like a North Star. Without vision, you wander. With vision, you navigate. Vision organizes your future by giving your present meaning. When you know where you are going, every action becomes a step, not a distraction. Vision turns random days into a journey and random effort into progress. Your ability to say no is a hidden organizing skill. Most people are overwhelmed because they say yes to everything. Yes to invitations. Yes to distractions. Yes to obligations that drain them. But every yes has a cost. When you say no to what doesn't align, you organize your life around what does. No is not negative. No is structure. Your self-discipline is the backbone of organization. Discipline is not punishment. Discipline is self-respect in action. It is choosing long-term order over short-term chaos. When you build discipline, you build predictability in your behavior. Predictable behavior creates predictable results. And predictable results create a stable and organized life. Your adaptability is another organizing force. Life changes. Circumstances shift. Plans fail. But adaptability keeps your life structured even in uncertainty. When you are flexible, you adjust without breaking. When you resist change, chaos feels overwhelming. Adaptability is organized resilience. Your gratitude practice also organizes your mind. When you appreciate what you have, your mind focuses on abundance instead of scarcity. Gratitude reduces mental noise, stress, and comparison. It organizes your emotional landscape and creates inner peace, which reflects outward in your actions and decisions. Your contribution to others is the ultimate organizing principle. When your life is centered on contribution, your goals, habits, and priorities align naturally. Service gives structure to success. It gives meaning to effort. It gives direction to growth. A life organized around contribution feels fulfilling and powerful. Imagine your life as a complex system with many moving parts. Thoughts, emotions, habits, relationships, money, health, purpose. When each part is aligned with these principles, your life becomes a well-designed system instead of a chaotic accident. You wake up with clarity, move with purpose, and sleep with peace. Organization is not about controlling everything. It is about aligning everything. It is about designing your life instead of drifting through it. It is about becoming the architect of your own destiny. And the moment you decide to apply these principles, your life begins to change. Slowly. Quietly. Powerfully. Think about the most organized people you admire. Their lives are not perfect. They still face problems, setbacks, and uncertainty. But they have an inner structure that keeps them stable. That structure is built through intentional living. Intentional living means you do things on purpose, not by accident. You choose your habits. You choose your priorities. You choose your reactions. You choose your direction. When your actions are intentional, your life naturally becomes organized. Your inner dialogue plays a massive role in this. The way you talk to yourself either creates chaos or creates order. If you constantly tell yourself that you are lazy, disorganized, unlucky, or incapable, your brain will look for evidence to prove that narrative. But if you tell yourself that you are disciplined, focused, and improving, your brain will align your behavior with that story. Self-talk is not just words. It is programming. And programming organizes behavior. Your mindset about failure is another organizing principle. Most people fear failure so much that they avoid action, which creates stagnation and chaos. But when you see failure as feedback, your life becomes structured around learning. Every mistake becomes data. Every setback becomes a lesson. This mindset turns life into a growth system instead of a random series of events. Your personal systems are what separate organized people from overwhelmed people. A system is a repeatable process that removes decision-making. For example, a system for managing tasks, a system for managing finances, a system for learning, a system for fitness. Systems reduce chaos because they automate structure. Instead of thinking every day about what to do, you follow your system. Systems free your mental energy and create consistency. Your mental health is also a foundation of organization. Stress, anxiety, and burnout create mental noise that disrupts clarity. When you manage stress through rest, mindfulness, therapy, or spiritual practices, your mind becomes clearer and more structured. A calm mind organizes life better than a frantic one. Your ability to focus deeply is another organizing force. Deep focus turns scattered effort into meaningful progress. When you eliminate multitasking and distractions, your work becomes structured and efficient. Focus is like a spotlight that organizes chaos into clarity. Even 1 hour of deep focus can outperform an entire day of distraction. Your relationship with technology also organizes or disorganizes your life. Technology can be a tool for growth or a trap for distraction. When you use technology intentionally, it organizes your learning, productivity, and communication. When you use it mindlessly, it fragments your attention and time. The way you manage technology shapes the structure of your day and your mind. Your physical health organizes your life in powerful ways. When your body is strong, your mind is strong. When your body is weak, your life feels heavy and chaotic. Exercise, nutrition, and sleep are not just health habits. They are life organization systems. They determine your energy, mood, focus, and resilience. Your creative expression also brings order to your inner world. Writing, art, music, building, or creating content helps you process thoughts and emotions. Creativity organizes feelings into form. It turns confusion into clarity. Many people find peace and structure through creation because it externalizes the chaos inside the mind. Your leadership over your own life is the ultimate principle. You are the CEO of your life. You decide the vision. You decide the systems. You decide the culture. You decide the standards. When you take full responsibility, your life becomes a well-managed organization instead of a neglected project. Responsibility is the foundation of personal organization. Imagine your life as a company. Your habits are the employees. Your goals are the strategy. Your values are the culture. Your systems are the processes. Your purpose is the mission. When everything aligns, the company thrives. When everything is random, the company fails. Treat your life with that level of structure, and everything changes. The truth is, no one is coming to organize your life for you. No app, no mentor, no book, no system will do it for you. They can guide you, but you must apply the principles. Organization is a daily choice. It is a lifestyle. It is a mindset. Every day you wake up, you have a choice. Drift or design. React or lead. Chaos or clarity. Over time, these choices compound. Small organized actions today become a powerful organized life tomorrow. And the most important thing to remember is this: you don't need a perfect plan. You need consistent structure. Start messy. Start small. Start imperfect. But start intentionally. Organization is built in motion, not in waiting. Think about how many people feel lost in their own lives. They wake up tired, scroll their phone, react to messages, go to work, come back home, and repeat. Days blur into weeks, weeks into years. There is no structure, no direction, no clear sense of progress. This is not because they are incapable. It is because their life lacks an organizing framework. Without structure, life becomes a loop instead of a journey. Structure gives meaning to movement. When you know what your day is for, your energy has a destination. When you know what your year is for, your effort has direction. When you know what your life is for, every struggle becomes meaningful. This is why people with purpose feel organized even in chaos. Their inner structure is stronger than external disorder. Your morning mindset sets the tone for your entire day. When you wake up and immediately consume random content, your mind becomes reactive. When you wake up and intentionally prime your mind with silence, learning, gratitude, or planning, your mind becomes proactive. Morning intention organizes your day before it begins. It is like setting the navigation before driving. Your evening reflection organizes your memory and emotions. When you review your day, acknowledge progress, and release mistakes, your brain processes experiences into wisdom. Without reflection, experiences pile up like clutter. Reflection is mental decluttering. It turns noise into insight and chaos into lessons. Your willingness to plan ahead is another organizing force. Planning is not about predicting every detail. It is about reducing uncertainty. When you plan, you reduce anxiety. When you reduce anxiety, you increase focus. When you increase focus, you increase order. Even a simple plan for tomorrow creates a sense of control and clarity. Your courage to take action organizes your confidence. Action creates feedback. Feedback creates learning. Learning creates mastery. Mastery creates confidence. Confidence creates decisive action. This loop creates structure in your identity. Inaction creates confusion. Action creates order. Your commitment to growth organizes your future. Growth mindset means you see yourself as a work in progress. You organize your life around improvement instead of perfection. You build skills, habits, and systems that make you better over time. Growth gives direction to your effort. Without growth, effort feels wasted. With growth, effort feels structured and purposeful. Your ability to manage distractions is a critical organizing skill. Distractions fragment your time, energy, and attention. Fragmentation creates chaos. When you reduce distractions, your life becomes focused and streamlined. You start doing fewer things better instead of many things poorly. Focus is organization in motion. Your financial decisions also reflect your internal organization. Spending without awareness creates stress and instability. Saving and investing with intention creates security and freedom. Money is not just currency. It is stored energy and time. Organizing money is organizing your future choices. Your physical surroundings mirror your inner state. A cluttered space often reflects a cluttered mind. A clean space often reflects a focused mind. When you organize your environment, you send a message to your brain that order matters. This feedback loop reinforces disciplined behavior. Your social environment also organizes your identity. When you surround yourself with driven, positive, and disciplined people, their habits influence yours. When you surround yourself with chaos, drama, and negativity, disorder becomes normalized. Your environment is stronger than your intentions. Choose it wisely. Your rituals of rest are just as important as rituals of work. Rest organizes recovery. Without rest, your mind and body degrade, and chaos creeps in. With rest, your mind resets, and clarity returns. Sleep is not laziness. It is system maintenance. Your relationship with uncertainty defines how organized your life feels. Life will never be fully predictable. But when you accept uncertainty and prepare for it, your life feels stable even in change. Flexibility is structured chaos. It is controlled adaptation. Your legacy mindset organizes your long-term behavior. When you think beyond yourself, your decisions align with impact, contribution, and meaning. Legacy thinking organizes your priorities around what truly matters. It removes trivial distractions and amplifies meaningful action. The organized life is not a rigid life. It is a fluid life guided by strong principles. It is a life where your values guide your choices, your systems guide your actions, and your purpose guides your direction. It is a life where chaos is minimized and meaning is maximized. And the most powerful realization is this: organization is not about control over the world. It is about control over yourself. When you control your thoughts, habits, reactions, and direction, the world becomes less chaotic. You become the center of stability in a chaotic environment. Every principle you apply adds a layer of structure. Every habit you build adds a pillar of stability. Every decision aligned with your purpose adds a direction to your journey. Over time, your life becomes a well-designed system that supports your highest potential. Think about the moments in your life when everything felt aligned. When your goals made sense. When your habits supported your dreams. When your environment matched your mindset. Those moments were not accidents. They were glimpses of an organized life. An organized life is not about strict schedules and perfect routines. It is about harmony between who you are and what you do. When your inner world and outer world match, life feels powerful and peaceful at the same time. Your beliefs act like the operating system of your life. If you believe life is random, you will live randomly. If you believe effort doesn't matter, you will act without discipline. If you believe you can change, you will organize your life around growth. Beliefs shape behavior. Behavior shapes habits. Habits shape destiny. Changing your beliefs is one of the fastest ways to reorganize your entire life. Your emotional resilience is another organizing force. When you can stay calm under pressure, your decisions remain structured. When you panic, your decisions become chaotic. Emotional resilience is the ability to feel without being controlled by feelings. It allows you to maintain order in your actions even when your emotions are intense. This is why calm people often seem organized. Their inner stability creates outer stability. Your personal rules are invisible structures that guide your daily life. Some people have rules like I never miss a workout, or I always read before bed, or I never check my phone during family time. These rules remove negotiation. They simplify decisions. They create predictable behavior. Predictable behavior creates an organized life. Your ability to delay gratification is another powerful organizing principle. When you choose long-term rewards over short-term pleasure, your life becomes structured around growth. When you choose short-term pleasure, your life becomes fragmented. Delayed gratification organizes your actions around future success instead of present comfort. Your communication style also organizes your relationships and opportunities. Clear communication reduces misunderstandings. Misunderstandings create chaos. When you express your thoughts, boundaries, and expectations clearly, your relationships become structured and stable. Communication is social organization. Your learning from mentors and role models provides structure to your path. Instead of guessing, you follow proven frameworks. You borrow wisdom instead of reinventing it. Mentorship organizes your journey by shortening the path and reducing uncertainty. Your creativity and problem solving also organizes your life. When you see problems as puzzles instead of disasters, your mind stays structured. Creativity transforms chaos into challenges and challenges into opportunities. This mindset keeps your life dynamic but organized. Your daily micro decisions compound into macro organization. Choosing water over soda. Choosing a book over scrolling. Choosing silence over noise. These small decisions seem insignificant, but they shape your identity. Identity shapes destiny. Destiny shapes your life structure. Your willingness to invest in yourself organizes your future. Education, health, skills, relationships, these investments create a structured foundation for success. When you invest in yourself, you treat your life as a long-term project, not a short-term experiment. Your sense of meaning organizes your suffering. When you know why you struggle, suffering becomes bearable. When suffering feels random, chaos takes over. Meaning is the glue that holds your life structure together during hard times. Your gratitude for the present organizes your happiness. When you constantly chase the future, the present feels chaotic and unsatisfying. When you appreciate the present, your mind feels organized and peaceful. Gratitude is emotional organization. Your courage to face reality organizes your growth. Denial creates disorder. Acceptance creates structure. When you accept where you are, you can organize where you are going. Reality is the starting point of every organized transformation. Your faith in progress organizes your persistence. When you believe progress is possible, you keep building structure even when results are slow. When you doubt progress, you abandon structure and return to chaos. Faith is fuel for organization. Imagine your life 10 years from now if you apply these principles daily. Your habits aligned. Your goals clear. Your relationships supportive. Your finances structured. Your health strong. Your purpose guiding every decision. This is not fantasy. This is design. This is intentional living. And it all starts with a single decision. A decision to stop drifting. A decision to stop reacting. A decision to start organizing. A decision to become the architect of your own life. Think about how powerful it feels when your life starts to make sense. When your days connect to your goals. When your habits support your vision. When your choices reflect your values. That feeling of alignment is not luck. It is the result of intentional organization. Most people search for motivation, but what they really need is structure. Structure removes confusion. Structure removes hesitation. Structure turns dreams into daily actions. Your relationship with your past also organizes your present. When you constantly replay regrets, mistakes, and failures, your mind becomes cluttered with emotional baggage. But when you reframe your past as training, lessons, and growth, your mind becomes structured and empowered. The past is either a prison or a classroom. How you interpret it organizes your identity. Your vision for the future organizes your courage. When you can clearly imagine a better future, you become willing to endure discomfort in the present. Vision turns pain into progress. It organizes your sacrifices into meaningful steps instead of random suffering. A strong vision gives your daily actions context. Your commitment to self-respect organizes your boundaries. When you respect yourself, you protect your time, energy, and values. You stop tolerating chaos, disrespect, and distraction. Self-respect creates a strong internal framework that guides your decisions without external pressure. Your inner peace is one of the most underrated organizing forces. When your mind is calm, your decisions are rational. When your mind is noisy, your decisions are impulsive. Inner peace creates clarity. Clarity creates order. Practices like mindfulness, prayer, journaling, and silence are not spiritual luxuries. They are organizational tools for the mind. Your sense of responsibility organizes your power. When you take responsibility for your actions, outcomes, and growth, you regain control. Blame creates chaos. Responsibility creates structure. When you stop blaming circumstances, people, or luck, you start designing your life. Your willingness to be uncomfortable organizes your progress. Growth is uncomfortable. Discipline is uncomfortable. Change is uncomfortable. But comfort often leads to disorder, stagnation, and chaos. When you embrace discomfort, you build structured progress instead of comfortable chaos. Your social contribution organizes your sense of worth. When you add value to others, your life gains structure beyond yourself. Contribution gives meaning to effort. It connects your actions to impact. Impact organizes your motivation around service, not ego. Your personal philosophy organizes your decisions. Whether you believe in stoicism, faith, self-improvement, or service, your philosophy acts like a decision filter. When your philosophy is clear, your decisions become consistent. Consistency creates order. Your sense of identity organizes your habits. When you identify as a learner, you learn. When you identify as an athlete, you train. When you identify as a creator, you create. Identity is the blueprint. Habits are the construction. Change identity, and habits reorganize automatically. Your courage to simplify organizes your life in powerful ways. Saying no to excess, distractions, toxic influences, and meaningless commitments reduces mental load. Minimalism is not just about stuff. It is about mental, emotional, and social simplicity. Simplicity creates space. Space creates clarity. Clarity creates power. Your alignment between values and actions is the ultimate organizing principle. When your values guide your actions, you feel integrity. Integrity creates inner stability. Inner stability creates outer order. When values and actions are misaligned, life feels fragmented. Alignment is organization at the deepest level. Imagine living every day with a clear sense of direction. Imagine knowing exactly what matters, what to focus on, and what to ignore. Imagine feeling calm even when life is busy. That is the power of an organized life. Not rigid. Not robotic. But intentional, aligned, and meaningful. The world is chaotic. But your life doesn't have to be. You can build structure inside chaos. You can build clarity inside noise. You can build purpose inside uncertainty. And when you do, your life becomes a system that supports your dreams instead of fighting them. Think about how different your life would feel if every part of it worked together instead of against you. Your mind clear. Your habits aligned. Your goals meaningful. Your relationships supportive. Your environment inspiring. This is what happens when organization becomes a lifestyle, not just a productivity trick. Organization is not about control over every detail. It is about creating a system where your best self can naturally emerge. Your patience is another powerful organizing force. In a world that demands instant results, patience creates long-term structure. When you understand that growth takes time, you stop making impulsive decisions that destroy your progress. Patience organizes your expectations, and organized expectations reduce frustration and burnout. Your discipline with information also shapes your mental order. You are constantly consuming content, opinions, news, and social media. If you consume everything, your mind becomes overloaded and chaotic. When you curate what you consume, your mind becomes focused and structured. Information diet is mental organization. Your relationship with success organizes your motivation. If you define success only as money or fame, your life may feel empty even when you achieve those things. But when you define success as growth, contribution, and alignment, your actions become meaningful. A healthy definition of success organizes your priorities and reduces internal conflict. Your courage to be alone with your thoughts is another organizing principle. Silence can be uncomfortable, but it is where clarity is born. When you sit in silence, you process emotions, refine goals, and reconnect with purpose. Silence is the workspace where your life's structure is designed. Your adaptability in relationships organizes your social life. Understanding others, practicing empathy, and adjusting communication styles reduces conflict. Conflict creates chaos. Understanding creates order. Emotional intelligence is social organization. Your commitment to ethics and integrity organizes your reputation and opportunities. When people trust you, life becomes simpler. When people distrust you, life becomes complicated. Integrity is a long-term organizing force that simplifies relationships, business, and self-respect. Your relationship with nature and physical movement organizes your energy. Sunlight, fresh air, walking, and exercise reset your nervous system. A regulated nervous system creates mental clarity. Mental clarity creates organized decisions. Your body is the hardware that runs your life's software. Your approach to challenges organizes your resilience. When you see challenges as threats, your mind becomes chaotic. When you see challenges as training, your mind becomes structured. Perspective is a powerful organizing lens. Your rituals of learning from failure organize your wisdom. Failure without reflection creates repetition. Failure with reflection creates evolution. Evolution is organized growth. Your intentional celebration of progress organizes your motivation. When you acknowledge progress, your brain releases motivation chemicals. This reinforces structure. Progress tracking is motivation organization. Your willingness to seek help organizes your progress. No one organizes their life alone. Coaches, mentors, friends, and communities provide frameworks and accountability. Collaboration organizes growth. Your acceptance of imperfection organizes your peace. Perfectionism creates paralysis. Paralysis creates chaos. Acceptance creates action. Action creates structure. Your sense of gratitude toward challenges organizes your character. Challenges shape discipline, empathy, and wisdom. Seeing challenges as gifts organizes your life story into a heroic journey instead of a random struggle. Your daily choice to align with purpose organizes your destiny. Destiny is not mystical. It is structured habits repeated over time. Every aligned action is a brick in the architecture of your life. Imagine looking back after years of applying these principles. You see patterns instead of confusion. Progress instead of stagnation. Meaning instead of randomness. That is what organization looks like in hindsight. Your life is a project, a system, a masterpiece in progress. Every thought you choose, every habit you repeat, every boundary you set, every goal you pursue adds structure. Over time, chaos fades, clarity grows, and purpose becomes undeniable. And the most empowering truth is this: you are not stuck with the life you have. You are building the life you will have. Organization is not something you wait for. It is something you create. Think about how your life feels when everything is scattered. Your mind jumps from thought to thought. Your day disappears without progress. Your goals feel distant and confusing. That feeling is not failure. It is simply lack of structure. And the moment you introduce structure, everything begins to shift. You feel grounded. You feel capable. You feel in control. Organization is not about becoming someone else. It is about becoming the most aligned version of who you already are. Your courage to make hard decisions is another organizing force. Life becomes chaotic when you avoid decisions. Avoided decisions pile up and turn into stress, anxiety, and regret. When you decide, even imperfectly, you create movement. Movement creates feedback. Feedback creates learning. Learning creates structure. Decisiveness is clarity in action. Your relationship with fear organizes your behavior. Fear can paralyze or guide. When you understand your fears, you can design systems to face them step by step. Fear becomes a roadmap instead of a wall. Facing fear in structured ways builds confidence, and confidence builds order. Your consistency in small actions organizes your destiny. You don't need massive breakthroughs every day. You need small aligned actions repeated daily. Drinking water. Reading a few pages. Writing a few sentences. Moving your body. Planning tomorrow. These micro-actions create macro-structure. Over time, your life becomes predictable in the best way possible. Your mindset about change organizes your adaptability. When you resist change, chaos feels threatening. When you embrace change, chaos becomes opportunity. Adaptable people reorganize faster than others. They adjust systems, habits, and goals without losing their identity. Your self-awareness is the foundation of organization. When you know your strengths, weaknesses, triggers, and patterns, you can design your life around them. Self-awareness is the blueprint. Without it, you build blindly. With it, you build intentionally. Your mental models organize your thinking. Simple frameworks like cause and effect, compounding, leverage, and opportunity cost help you see the world clearly. Clear thinking leads to clear decisions. Clear decisions lead to organized results. Your vision for contribution organizes your motivation. When you know who you want to help and how you want to impact, your actions align naturally. Contribution removes selfish confusion and replaces it with meaningful direction. Your relationship with discomfort organizes your discipline. Discomfort is the price of structure. Waking up early, saying no, working when tired, learning when confused, these actions feel uncomfortable, but they create order. Comfort creates chaos. Discomfort creates structure. Your trust in the process organizes your patience. Results are delayed. Growth is invisible at first. But when you trust the process, you stay consistent. Consistency creates results. Results reinforce structure. Your reflection on progress organizes your confidence. When you track progress, you see patterns. Patterns create certainty. Certainty reduces anxiety. Reduced anxiety improves performance. This loop builds an organized mind. Your personal mission statement organizes your life direction. When you define what you stand for, your decisions align automatically. Mission is the North Star that organizes daily actions into a coherent journey. Your emotional boundaries organize your peace. Not every opinion matters. Not every conflict requires response. Not every problem is yours. Emotional boundaries reduce mental clutter and preserve clarity. Your courage to start over organizes your resilience. Sometimes systems fail. Habits break. Plans collapse. Restarting is not failure. Restarting is reorganization. Each restart is a redesign. Your humility organizes your learning. When you accept that you don't know everything, you stay curious. Curiosity leads to learning. Learning leads to growth. Growth leads to structured improvement. Your gratitude for progress organizes your happiness. Happiness is not random. It is structured appreciation. When you notice progress, life feels meaningful. Meaning organizes motivation. Imagine your life as a complex orchestra. Every habit is an instrument. Every value is a melody. Every goal is a rhythm. When everything is aligned, your life becomes music instead of noise. Organization is harmony. You are not meant to live in chaos. You are meant to design order from chaos. You are meant to build systems from confusion. You are meant to create meaning from randomness. That is the power of conscious living. Every day you apply these principles, you become more grounded, more focused, more powerful. Slowly, quietly, your life transforms into a structure that supports your highest potential. As you begin to apply these principles, you may notice something remarkable. Life doesn't feel as heavy anymore. Decisions become simpler. Goals feel closer. Relationships feel clearer. And every day begins to feel purposeful. This is the power of organization. This is the power of alignment. And the best part is, this journey is yours to design. No one else can do it for you, but you don't have to do it alone. That's why at the Motivational Audiobook Spot, we bring you the stories, insights, and strategies to stay inspired and on track every single day. Every principle you hear here is a tool you can use immediately to build a life of clarity, power, and fulfillment. Remember, action transforms knowledge into reality. Start with one principle today. Apply it. Repeat it tomorrow. Watch as your life gradually becomes a system of habits, decisions, and actions that all pull in the same direction. And as you do, take a moment to reflect, to notice your progress, and to appreciate how far you've already come. Growth doesn't happen in a single leap, it happens in consistent steps, in repeated choices, in the alignment of your thoughts and actions. And if this journey resonates with you, if you feel the spark of transformation igniting inside, then I invite you to stay connected with the Motivational Audiobook Spot. Subscribe, follow, and engage, because here, every story, every audiobook, every lesson is crafted to help you organize your life, sharpen your focus, and elevate your mindset. Together, we're building a community of people who don't just dream, they do. People who don't just survive, they thrive. People who don't just exist, they design extraordinary lives. Keep going. Keep applying. Keep organizing. And every time you listen, know that you're taking another step toward a life where clarity, purpose, and achievement are not just ideals, they are your reality. Every morning is a fresh opportunity. a chance to realign, refocus, and rebuild. Most people wake up and repeat yesterday's mistakes. They move through life on autopilot, reacting to whatever comes their way. But when you apply these principles, each day becomes intentional. Each choice becomes meaningful. And little by little, your life transforms from chaos to clarity. You begin to notice patterns in your habits, decisions, and energy. You see where your time is wasted and where it creates value. This awareness is power. And it is available to you right now. At the Motivational Audiobook Spot, we believe that consistent exposure to ideas, stories, and strategies transforms thinking into action. That's why every audiobook, every session, and every lesson here is designed to equip you with the tools to organize your life from the inside out. Listen closely. Apply one principle at a time. Test it in your life. Observe the results. Then layer another principle on top. Organization is not instant. It is a deliberate, step-by-step process that compounds over time. And when it compounds, the results are exponential. Think about your current habits. Which ones serve your vision? Which ones drain your energy? Which ones push you forward, and which ones hold you back? Awareness without action is wasted energy. Action without awareness is random effort. The most organized people combine both. Clear awareness and consistent action. And this is the core of what we share at the Motivational Audiobook Spot: how to turn knowledge into a daily system that supports your goals, values, and ultimate purpose. As you listen, let yourself imagine the version of yourself that has mastered these principles. A version of you who wakes up calm, confident, and focused. A version of you who makes decisions quickly, executes consistently, and navigates challenges with resilience. A version of you who has built a life that feels effortless because it is structured, organized, and aligned. That version of yourself isn't distant, it is being built every time you listen, reflect, and act. And if you're committed to this transformation, don't just listen. Take action. Write down your insights. Schedule your priorities. Track your habits. Adjust your environment. Surround yourself with people who lift you higher. And remember, every time you do, you're reinforcing the principles shared here. Every time you apply them, you're reinforcing the life you're designing. That's the mission of the Motivational Audiobook Spot: to help you turn inspiration into lasting transformation, one principle at a time. Your life is your masterpiece. Every principle you implement, every action you take, and every moment you reflect builds the architecture of your future. Organization is not about perfection. It's about alignment. It's about creating a system where your mind, your body, your relationships, and your purpose work together seamlessly. And with every chapter, every story, every audiobook here, you're learning how to create that system for yourself.